People is proud to present the 40 Days for Fintechs, an initiative under its Include Everyone program, which is leading the way in advocating for technology that promotes financial inclusivity. Since 2020, we've profiled over 100 fintechs, and our inaugural edition in Tanzania is shining a spotlight on those breaking down digital barriers and transforming lives for the better.
My name is Hussein Aule. I'm the technical director for Kilimo Maendeleo and the lead developer for the Pesa program.
My name is Gerald Kanani. I'm director of business development. I'm working with the Kilimo Maendeleo and the Pesa project.
My name is Mathew Ngwahi. I'm the founder of Kilimo Maendeleo, which is an AgriTech and a Fintech based in Tanzania. And it is focusing on digitization of processes within agricultural value chains. So what we're trying to do is basically to solve the problem of disintegration within the value chains, whereby most of the actors working in silos. Therefore, it's very difficult basically to know what is happening across the value chains. And we do not have information that will help actually to do targeted investment and to solve some of the problems collectively in those spaces. So our platform actually offers solution for farmers. We work with farmers and we onboard them as a key, whereby now most of the enterprises now they're able to connect and offer them services. So enterprises like the banks, they can offer them credit facilities. Input suppliers, they can offer them the inputs based on the orders that have been placed. Mechanism also of training the farmers, at different levels, based on their organization, but also aggregating them. Once you aggregate the farmers, it's much more easier even to aggregate the services, to send the services in aggregate form. Like you have maybe 500 or 600 farmers, then they put an order for input. It's much more easier to deliver that huge quantity at a discounted rate than basically to deal with individual farmers. The financial institutions actually, they have very strict rules. They are governed by the central bank. So there are rules because they have money that belongs to people. People, they put in their savings, okay? So they have the mandate basically to guide that money, to make sure that it doesn't get lost or because of non-payment of loan, etc., etc. Therefore, they have to follow those strict rules and the regulations. And one of the regulations is the KYC. If you have to finance a farmer, you have to have first of all a total KYC of that farmer. You have to understand their business, okay? And in business, it means what is required is basically the data. They have to have the data, okay? Data about their enterprise and the data about what they are doing. So, what we offer, basically, first, number one, we offer what we call farmer digital profiling. So we profile farmers based on the activities of at the farm. So what do they buy, what do they sell, their prices, location, where their farms are, etc., so that we can have a total profile of this particular farm. And then number two, we offer, once we have that, we offer a remote accounting solution to the banks. They don't need to go to the rural space and open their accounts, okay? What they do is that they use our solution and they pull data from our platform to open their accounts.
The remote account opening solution is made in partnership with the bank. Right now we are about to roll it with our partner, Finca Bank. So the remote account opening is a solution whereby the mobilizer, while they onboard farmers in the field, they were able to open accounts for the farmers immediately and the account becomes operational. So the KYC process that Kilimo Maendeleo does and the bank, with the partnership, have created a single KYC solution whereby the mobilizers will be able to onboard the farmers using the KYC, and that data is sent both to the Kilimo Maendeleo, the Pesa platform, and the bank. And from the bank side, the bank just returns an account. Also, that account is already linked to their mobile wallet, and that account they can start using it immediately. Within that account, they get their Jembe card immediately. Also, when they pay the visit to finalize the account opening process. And after that, this farmer is able to request any services that this bank offers through their mobilizers in the village. And then the bank can process these requests and then provide the services to the farmer directly. When you have the Jembe card, since also the mobilizer gets to see all the products that the bank offer, that means this farmer is able to access any of the services that the bank offers, including the loans, not just the loans that are catered to agriculture service, any other loan that the bank offers. So the full bank services are also available to this farmer immediately after they open the account. The remote account opening solution is made that it can run on these handheld terminals, the POS. It's also made that it can run on mobile phone. On this handheld terminal, the POS also runs on mobile phone. So this POS terminal is made specifically for Jembe and that solution, whereby it can scan the card, it can read the magnetic strip, it can read the card chip, it can onboard farmers, it has cameras to take the photo IDs, you can attach extensions to take the fingerprint and all this other information. So some of the mobilizers uses this POS, but some of the mobilizers use their mobile phones.
So once we do that, it means we have opened the landscape for now the bank to be able to use our credit scoring engine to evaluate this farmer, like how much they can lend to this farmer based on their past performance in the agriculture space, in their farming. Okay, so they look at the prices, they look at how much they were able to invest, how much they invested, and then our credit scoring platform is able to indicate to the bank, like, this is likely what you can start investing or lending to this farmer.
We as a Jembe and Kilimo Maendeleo, we've developed the digital loans for farmers, which we cater in the agricultural sector, because most of the time the traditional loans in terms of efficiency is very low, because time is a factor in agriculture. So the way it works is like most of the mobilizer, they onboarding farmers, whereby the score engine, Jembe score engine, it scores those farmers in terms of financial and non-financial data. So the farm economics become the vital part of deciding what and how much a farmer can get in terms of digital loans. So these loans can be accessed by the farmer through the USSD codes, and also they can use the Jembe app. So we came to realize that most of the farmers, they use the feature phones, not smartphones. So for them to be able to access the loans, to be able to use the USSD code. And the limit of the loan limit is set based on the good agricultural practice, because we know in the farming sector, or farming as a whole, there are stages, or stages in which farmers require financial assistance to accomplish their stages. For instance, planting for seeds, or for fertilizer, for weeding, and other kind of farming activities.
We have been able to basically enroll 89,016 farmers across the country, almost, I would say, 14 districts, and also we have onboarded 3 partner banks that we are working with. These are Tanzania Bank, Finca Microfinance, but also NBC, and the Amana Bank, 4 of them. Yeah, but there is a letter of intent for 10 more banks that we just received in August 2023. So we're in discussion with them to see how actually they can come on board. But also we have a network of about, in terms of onboarding, about 3,000 agro dealers. These are town-based and village-based agro dealers across the country. It's a huge network which actually we want to capitalize to ensure that we're able to streamline the services closer to the farmers. Out of that, actually, we have been able also to expand our products and the services into Uganda. So we have around 1,000 farmers right now in Uganda. These are sunflower farmers, and looking into the future, I think we are focusing, maybe we need to get into 3 African countries, because our platform is designed basically to tackle the issues and the problems of agricultural violence in Africa. There are a number of serious challenges, but first of all, most of these farmers are in the rural space, and most of them are small and medium scale farmers. Logistics has been quite challenging because this is rural spaces. You have to go there. You cannot go there and come back to a town center and sleep. So you have to spend long days and long hours in rural space. You have to sleep there and work with farmers in their groups in villages. Yeah. So logistics, sometimes it's a rain season. So you understand our roads in Africa. So you have to basically invest in the forward drives and all of that. That's number one. But number two, farmers, they need a real solution. Once you onboard them, they expect services, okay? And for them, actually, maybe the opportunity to be able to produce this once or twice if they're using rain-fed, agriculture, but is much more higher if they're using irrigation. So you have to, when you go, you have to have all the products ready, and you have to ensure that you have aligned your partners. Once you onboard them, you can just, when you do the credit scoring, you are able to basically start delivering the services because they don't have time to waste. In Tanzania, actually, the fintech ecosystem is at infancy level, infancy stage, and there are movements actually to make the environment more conducive, and to try to look at how we can have a better regulatory environment. So there is a fintech regulation that are coming up, and we have been involved, which actually sort of puts a guidance on how to go about. I would say it's a perfect way actually to go about improving the regulatory and the business landscape in our countries. Because without having this conversation, it's very difficult, actually. It's very difficult. And this puts into perspective what is basically required of the fintechs to be able to flourish. So initiatives like this have to be more, and they have to be targeted, meaning that you have to understand what the fintechs problems are facing, and also it has to be able to dissect the current regimes that are governing the fintechs, and to identify, to pinpoint those problems, and come up with some sort of, I would say, policy briefs that will help the governments and the authorities in place to be able to either enact or make the necessary changes. So it's critical because this space is filled with young people, and as you understand, Africa is the youngest continent, and most of our people are, the median age is 17. So you can imagine how important this conversation is right now to have it, and how is it going to actually help these young people to be more innovative and to benefit, to get employment in the innovation space.
Join us in this financial inclusivity revolution, presented in partnership with Level 1 Project, Information and Communication Technologies Commission ICTC, Founders Academy, Cyber PLC Academy, Cross-Led Technologies, Infotechs, Ideation Corner, and the Moduloop Foundation, with generous support from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Follow #40 Days for the Fintechs, Level 1 Project to learn more and get involved in creating a brighter financial future for all.